pretty good foam blocks to keep them protected. Left hand one here, and then you can see it's a lot shinier, but it's pretty close to the exact same design as the stock one. So you're paying for a stock-like headlight, but they're way shinier. Even on the inside, the chrome is much better, and you can just tell overall it's a better headlight. And the reflector is more orange than yellow, as you can see. Alright, so you're going to want to go ahead and pop all these little plastic things on the hood here, and they might break, so you might need to buy some new ones if they're brittle. This style of little pin is kind of tough to do. They're supposed to unscrew, but sometimes they don't. And put them nearby. Doesn't need to be a specific tool. You could probably get away with just a screwdriver for this. Just makes it a little bit easier for me. Pause it real quick. Alright, so I got all these off, and I went ahead and disconnected the battery since we're about to deal with the wires on the headlight. And then I'm going to take, you can use a normal wrench for this or anything, but underneath here there's going to be a few 10mm bolts that you're going to need to pull off. Alright, I'm going to take the bolts off on this side. And then there's two little plastic clips, one right there and one on the other side, that I'm going to need to take off. It's very hard to do with it not on jack stand, but it's doable. So yeah, if these are going to be stubborn like this, you might need to buy new ones, which they're pretty much at most auto parts stores. Pause it. And then you're going to want to go ahead and take off these. There's Phillips screw, one on each side, right here, holding the bumper on. And you're going to want to take that off. Try not to strip it. And you pull the bumper off. Alright, so if you look at the new headlight, you can see right there, and over there, there's bolts. So if you look at the car, what you're going to want to do is take out this bolt right here, and this bolt right here, and then this bolt down here. Set those aside. And it looks like there's going to be one bolt under here that you can either get to with your wrench, or it looks like you can take off this bracket right here. I'll get that in a minute. And then the headlight is now detached from the car. And then you can access the plugs now for the headlight a lot easier. And you're going to want to be careful with these connectors to not break them, because they could be brittle depending on how or what state you live in or how old your car is. Just kind of slowly work it off. Don't force it. Try another one so that we hopefully, yeah, see that one came out. And then this one looks like it's got a little tab right here. And you push on that and then pull it out, and I'll work on that one with the screwdriver. Alright, now you're going to want to pop this little wiring loom off here. Carefully, try to keep it intact. And then right here, this bracket, there's a bolt on the bottom of this bracket that needs to come off. And I'm going to go ahead and set the old headlight here so I don't break it for no reason. And I'm going to take this bolt off. Take this bracket piece. And this is just my way of doing it. Like I said, you can do it many other ways. This is my way. And I'm going to go ahead and peel this partially. And as you can see, the bumper's just hanging down. It doesn't need to come completely off. And this goes like this. And they put a little hole in there so that way it lines up as well as down here. So they did a good job with that. These headlights. So that lines that bracket up. And I'm going to put this screw back in there. And do not over tighten these because it will damage the plastic. And I'm going to go ahead and start peeling this off. Or first you can put your wires in before you peel it off, so that way you don't hurt it. I'm not sure if they put the bulbs and stuff in here. Might need to take them out. Yeah, I need to take them out of the old headlight. Like I said, we're doing this on the fly. So I'm going to go ahead and take these out right here. And the way you do that is you just twist, and that one goes, looks like right here. And I'll find the right orientation. Just gotta kind of twist it a little bit hard, I guess, on this one. You can see that bulb is starting to get a little rough, so if you wanted to replace that, you could. And it would be a little bit brighter. Maybe not go out so soon. And the last one, twist it out. And it looks like this can only go in one direction, so the fat part is going to go in the fat hole. Now I'm going to install the wiring loom. Make sure this bracket stays on here in the right place. Now I'm going to go ahead and start plugging these in. And one of them is going to reach longer than the rest of them, so you'll know that way on where to put them. And go ahead and peel off the plastic. sure this goes in the right place. Get those plastic things lined up in there, it looks like. Now I'm going to go ahead and start threading these screws in. And I assure you guys that the other side is going to be the same exact process. But here's just a quick look at how cool and pretty these headlights look. Pretty nice. They fit really good at the edge. It's a pretty flush mount. And there's that one, and then here's the stock ones. Here's the final look of the headlights. Totally makes the car look a lot newer and nicer. I'm impressed.